Last night, I don't know whether you watched the foosball.
Oh, I did. Oh, I checked it out.
The foosball is a fantastic thing that we play in this country. We have put together a Highlander elimination game.
Here we are, we're the princes of the universe. We've got to be the rulers of your world.
It's the Ron and Fez Highlander. There can be only one comedian football challenge. One comedian will live forever in infamy, never to be forgotten. There can be only one.
Chris, I'm just going to ask you quick here. Do you think that's a little over the top?
No, I think that's it. It's these comedians are fighting for their lives in this Eliminator goddamn challenge. It's a Highlander. There could be only one.
Well, you're just repeating everything that I just heard moments ago. I will tell you this, and I guess I was surprised, but I shouldn't have been, because how obsessive comedians are and how they need 20% bet on last night's game. The Thursday night game.
Yeah.
To start things off when none of us really have the feel yet. 20% jumped in right away.
I couldn't believe when I was looking at it.
This is a game you lay off.
Right? Yeah. It's the first goddamn game of the season. You don't know if the Seahawks, you don't know what's going to happen.
You don't know. You don't know what's going to happen. Let's check out some of these people right away.
Joe DeRosa.
Oh my God, I don't even know if I want to know this.
Oh God.
Please, Joe.
This could ruin his week.
By the way, this is not just Joe DeRosa. This is also new material Seinfeld working with him.
It's legal.
Joe DeRosa. Do you think that he panicked?
I think I'm thinking the worst right now.
Joe DeRosa has survived another week.
God, I wish these songs lasted longer. Let me write a note to myself. Get a producer.
What?
Chris, would you put this with my other stuff?
Okay.
Where I always say get a new producer?
Oh, yeah.
But then you never give it to me.
I am the producer.
Really? Remember when you forgot to tell those guys what song I wanted to open up?
Yeah, I'm a tard.
Bill Murray Day?
I'm an idiot.
We don't use that word, tard, anymore.
Oh,
You'll learn that during the Unmasked today. Dan Soder. Who doesn't love Dan Soder?
He's the best.
He's the best.
Keep him down.
And, he's Barker's boy.
Yeah.
As we learned yesterday,
his horse.
when Barks said, my boy, Dan Soder. So this one should be a lock.
Dan Soder, eliminated.
Goodbye. All right, let me just point this out. Green Bay was a 6 underdog, right?
Yeah.
6-point underdog. Why take an underdog when you could use Green Bay when they're going to be playing someone fucking shitty later?
But they just light it up.
Yeah, they're going to be a 15-point. Why not use them then?
I have no idea what Soder and Greer Barnes were thinking about taking goddamn Green Bay. I think it was 3 years ago.
Even if you think the upset is going to work, you're going to get them in a lock in a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Just wait for the locks.
Let them get a piece of the Raiders.
You don't want to ever bet the game of the week. That's not a game that you go in on this, because you're getting the point spread to your advantage every week here.
And against the Seahawks, too.
That's what I'm fucking saying. You wait until they're playing a team that is all beat up and destroyed, and you're like, Green Bay is going to light it the fuck up.
Just bet against the Giants.
Yeah, you're not going to, forget even the Seahawks, you're not going to put that bet in like Green Bay against Chicago until you're forced to do it. You have to be forced to bet a tight game.
I couldn't believe anyone was taking any of this game in general, and anyone
I agree
taking
with you.
the Packers.
Let alone most of them felt the need to get in. All right, Bert Kreischer. We think he's going to do something nutty, right? All right, I just want to bring up your fucking favorite person in the world, Dan Soder.
Dan Soder, eliminated.
Can I tell you what he tweeted? And he's very serious.
What did he tweet?
He wrote, "Fuck that. I'm so pissed. I picked the Packers to lose, not to win."
What?
Dan Soder, eliminated.
Who picked somebody to lose?
What are you talking about, Soder?
Magic calling your bookie? Yeah, I want $50 on Green Bay to lose. That's right. I'm picking Green Bay to lose. I've never heard of anything so nutty in my life.
No, it's you pick the, like I explained it, you pick the lock. What your lock is the way to win.
I've already told him that him losing like that, he's following Greer Barnes.
Greer Barnes. Let me tell you something about Greer. I can't follow that dude. Good luck.
Dan Soder does not know how to pick football.
No, he doesn't. He said he's now walking around Canada enraged. He just emailed me.
Why would someone pick the loser? You're supposed to pick who wins. What? Is he drunk?
He's off the wagon. Let's just call it. He's off the wagon.
Well, he's like Dave. He went off the wagon and enjoys that herb.
Yeah, he just sticks
So
to
is that herb? I'm smoking that herb.
Get that weed.
What's his Twitter number? What's his Twitter name? Twitter handle?
At Dan Soder. At Dan Soder.
Right to at Dan Soder, everybody. That'll be a first responders contest we're doing right now. I'm going to give out a big prize for that in honor of Bill Murray Day, because that's the way I treat people with love.
That's how we do.
He's out. Greer Barnes is out. Lisa Lampanelli is out. And the very confused Dan Soder's out. And what I hate about that's three of our big names.
I know.
That's three headliners out.
I don't know why everyone just kept fucking betting that first game. You have fucking 15 more to go.
The loser that you are, and you're going to talk about other people.
Yeah. Hindsight.
2020. We have been going through Highlander, the game.
Here we are, we're the princes of the universe. We've come to be the rulers of your world.
It's the Ron and Fez Highlander. There can be only one comedian football challenge.
Who wants to live forever?
One comedian will live forever in infamy, never to be forgotten. There can be only one.
Yes, this is supposed to be a season-long game, but Dan Soder, Lisa Lampanelli, and Greer Barnes.
Greer Barnes. Let me tell you something about Greer. I can't follow that dude. Good luck.
Are all out. Dan Soder is on the hotline. He lost immediately. Dan Soder, buddy.
Oh, I'm angry. I am angry. I'm all the way up in Canada. I've had my cell phone off. Didn't make any phone calls. I go to bed last night in a nice stoner slumber, knowing I picked right, knowing I picked the Packers to lose, and then I wake up and find out I was supposed to pick who's winning. I've only done one elimination league ever in my life, and you were supposed to pick who lost every week. And I was like, oh, Packers, -6 going into Seattle, week 1, Seattle's still up on it. I hate the fact that I picked Seattle to win, and then I find out I'm out of the league because Chris didn't explain the rules correctly.
What? Of course I explained the rules are on the link I sent you.
It was elimination, but you know you are. I'm so mad.
Why is Susie Essman still in?
What's that?
Why is Susie Essman still in? Everyone else.
Yeah, Bert Kreischer, Hannibal, DeRosa, Jimmy Pardo, Joe List, they all understand.
They're all in.
Yeah, well, they're good with directions, and I'm retarded when it comes to directions.
Dan, I think that you just made a bad bet. I thought you...
Oh, Ron, come on. You know me better than that.
Well,
I know, I'm not some chick. I know football. The fact that DeRosa is still in this elimination league, and I am not, shows you that there had to have been some sort of technical error, or else I would not have been eliminated. You think I'm going to hit the Packers to beat the Seahawks week 1?
I have no idea.
That's
Dan.
what you thought.
That's what you did.
Oh, my God. All I know is Chris sends me a flurry of emails that's like, hey, join this league. I'm for it. And then I get to Canada Wednesday, and I'm like, oh, I got to make my picks. Who's going to lose week 1? Well, I know the Packers are going to lose because they're going into Seattle.
This is embarrassing. You know what? It feels like it's like the Royal Rumble, and you just dove over the top rope.
You know what it's like? I feel like Andre and Hogan when they got eliminated in the tournament in WrestleMania 4. This is BS. I'll be back next year.
Soder will love that sign, Joe Montana.
Yeah, I know. The prize is phenomenal.
I know. It's the greatest signed helmet in the history of prizes. And I didn't read the directions carefully. And now I'm on the sideline.
Who are you most depressed that you went out before?
Joe DeRosa, easily, without a doubt.
Well, let's say hi to Joe DeRosa.
You know what, Dan? First of all, the fact that you're calling in from wherever you're featuring from this week is annoying the shit out of me.
You know what?
Why is Dan... Guys, thanks for having me on. The fact that Dan Soder is appearing on this show in any way except in studio it bothers. Where is Dan calling in from? Dan, where are you?
You know, like, hey, Joe, cut your 1950s talk show tone. I'm calling it from Canada, and you know more about... You don't know... Oh, God, I hate DeRosa on the phone, and I hate that he's still in this elimination challenge.
Dan, you lost. Take it like a man.
DeRosa won on the one that you lost. He's safe for the week now.
Okay, you're right.
For the week, Dan.
You're right.
Dan, and I hope... Dan, I hope...
Joe.
Dan, I hope I win that helmet, because I'm going to come to your house, and I'm going to smash it with a hammer right in front of you.
Joe, your weak little arms couldn't pick up a hammer to smash a helmet. You would need to have your probably opener smash the helmet because you don't have the muscles to pick up that hammer.
You're right, Dan, and when you're opening for me, I will hand you that hammer to smash the helmet.
Fuck you, you shapeless Egyptian. You fucking asshole.
You know,
Dan, it's not my fault you're working in Canada. Stop screaming at me.
Oh, God. You know what I love about DeRosa? Yeah. The MC was telling me a story about DeRosa trying to go buy shampoo here in Canada. And he was just in the middle of the drugstore yelling at the lady going, shampoo! Shampoo!
That never happened. I don't remember that.
I know it.
And why were you telling yourself a story about me, Dan? Because we all know you're
a story. Someone was shitting on you to me, DeRosa.
Man, I didn't want this contest to cause so many problems. It's brother against brother out there.
Ron, you have started a full-on civil goddamn war with me, and I am so mad DeRosa's still in this elimination league because I didn't read the directions.
I don't even understand how I'm still in.
He's like a chick. He's like a chick picking the Final Four bracket. He does it by what animals he likes more.
I literally picked Seahawks, and I was like, I always liked their symbol.
Oh my God, so angry. I am so fucking angry right now.
So what happens next, guys? What do I do?
We're going. You go on and I guess you won the helmet. I don't know if there's anything. I think you did everything you did. He gets the helmet, right?
No, he has to pick more weeks.
Oh, okay.
I'm putting all my money on Joe List. I'm helping Joe List out. I want him to win, not DeRosa. Team List, not DeRosa.
When do I pick another team? I'm really
I hate him.
We're gonna let you know when when the next one comes up. You've got a week free to yourself now, Joe.
Okay, because I did a good job.
Yes, you did a good job. Everybody loves you. You're safe this week. This is great. This is Joe's week.
I'm just going to kick back.
Well, this is a big week for you. You got your CD out, too, right? Your album is out this week.
Yeah, my new album came out Tuesday. It's called Mistakes Were Made, the B-Sides. I had all these recordings from the last 7 years that didn't get released, like random jokes and stuff. So I made like a kind of like a rarities album, and it's a double album. It's only $10 on iTunes and Amazon. People seem to be enjoying it, and I hope you buy it. I hope somebody buys it.
These are the rarities, the odds and sods, as the Who would say. This is stuff that would have been lost to the ages, but Joe has put it together for you, the comedy fan, to enjoy.
Yeah, because my ego is so big that I said, people barely wanted the A side.
Yeah.
Let me give them the B sides now. And,
I can't wait for C-sides. Stuff that you're not even happy with.
All I think about is when Joe's picking out the tracks for his album, he's sitting in some studio with his bony finger pointing at a producer going, that's a good one. We'll put that one on the album. That one should have made it on there.
Not only do I hope that Joe DeRosa wins this, but if he does win, I'm going to get a special little helmet for new material Seinfeld so that he can wear it too.
Ron, I have the puppet. I want to come to New York with the puppet and bring it into the studio.
I might not even be able to stand it. I'll be so fucking happy.
The last time I was on the show, somebody emailed me right after I was on, and they were like, hey, do you fucking realize how much of a compliment that is that Ron said he loves that bit? And I was like, yeah, no, I do. I'm still in shock from it. But some guy really yelled at me about it.
Yeah, I guess
over email.
Yeah, maybe you didn't act happy enough. I don't know. Who knows?
I'm thrilled. Do you want me to bring it in? I'll bring it in. We'll do a little private show.
Yeah.
Oh, God, this is grossing me
out. Dan, who are you picking next week? Oh, yeah, that's right.
Can't do it.
Easy one. You know what? I'm going to bring my puppet in, and I'm going to have a handgun hidden in it, and I'm going to shoot Joe DeRosa.
That would be good, too.
Dan, I'm glad you're up in Canada.
You start one of your fucking long-winded promos with, you know what, Dan? I really hate that you start every, you know what, Dan? What fucking shitty promo are you going to give, DeRosa?
Jesus Christ. Dan, you really have the energy of a 6-year comedian. I'll tell you. It's just all yelling. I was like you once, Dan. I was a big yelling guy.
Funny.
Shut up, Dan. Listen, you got a whole week up in Canada, in fucking wherever you are, cut off from the world to think about your mistakes and how you should have chose your team a little more carefully.
This is why I love and at the same time have just as much hate for Joe DeRosa in my heart, is because he is the best at kicking you when you're down.
Jesus.
Joe, Joe is, I finally figured out who Joe DeRosa is.
Yeah.
In every action movie, whenever they have a tiny villain that couldn't defeat, like the Arnold Schwarzenegger character, then he has to have the big henchman. Joe DeRosa is the little guy that has to have the big henchman. That's who he is.
Yeah, but I'm
little slug.
I'm also the guy that lives at the end. That's the guy that's always still alive at the end and comes back in the second movie. I keep coming. Go ahead.
This whole thing reminds me of why in Little League they hand out trophies to everybody. You have to, because it gets too ugly when you don't.
I know. Dan is just angry. And when Dan was in Little League, that's why they had to hand out the trophies. They're like, that kid with the giant Rocky Dennis head is crying over there because he didn't get a trophy. Give that giant-headed kid a fucking trophy, please.
And meanwhile, at the science fair, DeRosa's parents were too nervous to let him play sports because of his fucking shapeless body.
Dan Soder, Joe DeRosa. Joe DeRosa's got a new album out this week.
That's Mistakes Were Made, the B-sides. You can pick that up on Amazon.com. Mistakes Were Made.
All right, I got to go, guys, but it was great talking to you, man.
Thanks, guys.
I'll talk to you boys soon. God, that was funny as shit, man. That was funny as hell.
I just Soder fucked that up.
Here's the thing, though. Soder's so pissed, and then DeRosa's like, what do I do now? Am I batting again? Seems like I'm good at this. It's time for Unmasked.